Shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone while I learn this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect out there scattered abroad, pushing this truth on the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. It's the brother Tazamak coming back with a quick lesson. I'm going to call this lesson Arrows of Famine. All right. And I'm going to be going into the famine that's going to be taking place out here in Babylon the Great. The Lord did it in the past, and the Lord's going to do it again in this time. Okay? This so all you can eat, 24-hour drive-through, McDonald's, Burger King, all that shit that stays open late, that you can just go eat all day and get fat and shit, all that's about to be over with. Okay? People going to be looking at their last meal and wondering if they should take the last bite or not because they don't know when the next meal is coming. And even get greedy. Try to steal their family's food, kill their family for food, kill their family as food. Okay? Because cannibalism is going to come back in a major way as well. All right? So Jake got something coming for him. And this is going to be huge because with food, you can control the people. You know, look at what happened during the C1, you know what. Okay? People was lining up at the grocery store to get groceries. To the point where I had to go like either late at night or super early in the morning when niggas sleep. Because I know niggas don't like, when niggas do stay up late for folly though, obviously it's not taking care of business. So I would go to the grocery store. They got 24-hour marts where I live. I'll go super late to grab a little case of something. Because we operate off faith. Okay, a little something to eat. I'm not about to go in there around them people and it's going to get worse this time because this is going to be worse than a few years back when the pestilence came on the scene. Okay, this is an engineered famine. This is going to be done purposely. They're burning down all the food plants. Okay, farmers is complaining because they're going through it right now. They telling them to destroy your crops or we're going to come get you. This is a picture at a food bank with a nigga smiling. That the smiles is about to stop. Okay, the Lord is about to be sending out judgment. All right. So I'm going to start off in the book of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 6, and Jake is going to be going crazy because the scriptures say that, think about this. They're going to have a wife and kids with them. The wife is a demon. Kids got demons on them. Okay, and a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. This broad going to be driving them crazy. And he's going to be stressed the hell out. How do I feed my wife? How do I feed my kids? What do I do? What do I do? Well, you should have got right with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because that's the only way. That's the only way out of this situation that we're in. So this is 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm going to start at verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, And it's exactly what it says. All these stores that are full of goods, they're going to become empty. Look at what happened during the time of the pestilence. I can't say even the pan, because they might try to hit my video. But look at what happened during that time frame. Okay, during that time frame, things got bad. Things got very bad. Okay, stores was empty. People was fighting over hygiene items. People was fighting over tissue, over toothpaste, over the last pack of meat, over the last pack of pork, which you ain't supposed to be eating that anyway. Fighting over, I don't know if the Popeye chicken sandwich came out after that. I think it did, but just fighting over things like that, just nigga shit, man. So these places that are full of goods are about to become empty soon, and Jake is going to lose his mind, man, go crazy. Because they can't feed their family, and then they going to get selfish and say, because that's how Jake is anyway, these niggas, I can't even feed myself. So which kid got to go first? Or maybe I should take my wife out first. That's the type of things that are going to be going through Jake's head. Okay? And it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. You're going to have these different alarm systems going off when all hell is breaking loose. Okay, and it's going to make Jake scared. When you watch those apocalyptic movies, they always have breaking news, red alert, man, just everything going crazy. Okay, that's going to happen in real life, and Jake is going to lose his mind when those type of things take place. Okay, because they're going to see danger, they're going to see it, and they're actually going to hear it like, shit, this is serious, man. The government ain't coming to help us this time. And it says, Verse 24, 2nd Ezra 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in great fear with those that dwell therein. And you're going to see that happen, and you got it happening now, man. People fighting over the last the last little bit of food they got. You know, people getting into fights over money in minute amounts. Man, you owe me $5, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. It's just people, the love of many is waxing cold, like it talks about in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Okay? And it says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, all the calamity, all the different things that are coming to the planet Earth. More specifically, Babylon the Great. Man, these people are going to be terrified. They're going to be wondering, why are these things taking place? Why are these things happening? Okay, look at the lifestyle you guys have been living. It says, the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Going into the resources. Okay, number one, like water. Okay, it's going to be a blessing to be able to get water in that day. Okay, and the Lord's going to take care of his men. We're going to be able to get water. We're going to be able to get food. We're going to be able to get raiment, but you guys aren't. And that's going to be a tough pill to swallow, especially in that day. I'm going to go ahead and get the book of Revelation next. Book of Revelation 6. At verse 5. I'm going to start at verse 5. It reads, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. Okay, so John was getting a vision on the things that are going to take place today. It says, and I beheld, and lo, a black horse, that he sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Now this black horse represents slavery, okay, or captivity. Because when you go into that word balances in the Greek, it's zugos, which goes into a yoke. And that's what they would place on our neck during slavery, in our captivity. You know, chattel slavery was horrible. The transatlantic slave trade. Okay? And it also represents judgment, but the Lord is going to free us from our bondage, because this place is spiritually Egypt. Okay? And this is the point I wanted to hit right here. Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, which were angels, say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And it brought up a measure, because food is going to be rationed out. Okay? Look what happened during the pestilence. During the time of the pestilence, you only could buy a certain amount of toiletry, certain amount of food. They claim they wanted to make sure everybody eat, but that's just their form of control that they use. And it says, a measure of wheat for a penny. Okay, and if you look at that penny, you have something called the denarius back in ancient Rome, which was a day's wages for a soldier. Okay, and it says, in 3 measures of barley for a penny. And the denarius started losing its value because they started corroding it with lesser metals. Okay, so you needed more of the denarius to buy your everyday essentials, leading to hyperinflation. That was one of the things that took the Roman Empire down, was hyperinflation. The same thing's going to happen today. The dollar's not going to have that same power that it originally had. It's going to take $10 to maybe get a pack of eggs, or even more. Okay, because eggs are high now. Food is high now in general. It says, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine, meaning it's truth. Whatever this devil does to us, nothing can hurt this truth. Nothing can take this truth out of us. All right. I'm gonna go to the book of 2nd Ezra next. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at 19. Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. See, these are the plagues that are coming. Okay, famine is huge. Okay, these people can't go an hour or 2 without eating, 3 hours without eating. They don't know what fasting is. The old man diet, 1 meal a day. Okay, cutting out carbohydrates, cutting out sugar. You know, as well, you're gonna have blackouts. You're gonna have the wild beasts running around. You're gonna have natural disasters happening back to back. It's not just one plague, but the famine is gonna be a huge one, just like all of them are. All the plagues the Lord sends forth. Verse 20. But for all these things they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You know, And when a scourge, is a whip to punish somebody. Okay, so the Lord's gonna be punishing these people for their wicked ways, man. Have them in a state of fear. Okay, gonna be walking around like blind and not knowing what's going on. Be travailing like a woman that's about to have a child, man. Okay, they're gonna be in pain. Face is gonna be turned to paleness, like it talks about in the book of Jeremiah. And it says, verse 21, 2 Ezra 16 and 21. Well, I want to touch more on 20 when it says, before all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness. Because even though Jake sees things going on right now, they're still not being mindful in the lifestyle that they're living. They still want to live life to the fullest, like Jake says. That's going to get them destroyed. That's going to make them feel the plagues, man. Because the Lord's going to be there for us. Even though some of us are going to be martyred because of prophecy, the Lord's going to be there. We're going to have angels protecting us. 2 Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, meaning the food. Okay, even though you see McDonald's, Burger King with like $1 or 2 sandwiches, that don't mean things is going well. You go to the grocery store, they might have deals, but if you really open your eyes, shit is going up. Okay, it's going to continue to go up. They might have little deals here and there now. That's why people still think everything's sweet. But watch when the reality hits. When the Lord takes the blinder off your eyes, it's going to be too late. It says that they shall think of themselves to be in a good case. That's what I was just saying. They're going to be like, man, shit, I can still get a $2 burger, man. Things are going good. Life is good. Even though I'm not getting paid that much, I can still get a $2 burger. Okay? Life goes outside of a damn $2 burger, man. And it says that even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Bad times, sword, famine. And the modern day sword is a gun. It also represents destruction. Famine is the main point, okay? And great confusion. People gonna be walking around not knowing what's going on, but it's gonna be all hell breaking loose out the street, okay? Because there's confusion going on right now, but it's only going to intensify during Jacob's trouble. And people are like, what the hell is going on? They're gonna be walking around like blind men, man, like the scripture said. Make sure I hit. Let's see. I'm gonna get this next in the book of Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel. I'm gonna go to the 5th chapter, and I'm gonna go to the 16th verse. Ezekiel 5 and 16. When I shall sit upon them the evil arrows of famine, meaning this drastic food shortage that's getting ready to happen. Okay, you saw a bit of it during the time of the pestilence, but it's only going to intensify now. Okay, it says, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you. Okay, who? The 2/3 is going to feel this, man. For your wicked ways. You heathens is going to feel it too. Okay, and it says, I will break your staff of bread. Okay, the Lord's about to take away the food supply. And when you look at a staff, when somebody can't walk right, they use a staff to support them. Okay, so yes, the food supports us to do everything in our everyday lives, but what supports us to be able to buy the food? Our jobs. So the Lord's going to take that away as well, which is huge. Okay, verse 17. It says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beast, because the beast of the field is going to be tearing people up too. And they shall bereave thee, because you got a job having bereavement when you lose a family member close to you that passed away. A lot of people's kids, family, moms, dads, they're going to be passing away, man, in a horrific way, no funeral. It says, and I will increase the famine upon you, or Salakia. I read back in verse 17, Ezekiel 5 and 17, it says, and pestilence and blood, the disease, going rampant, it's going to intensify, and blood shall pass through thee. Okay, it's going to be a ton of bloodshed out there by way of these plagues, by way of you have these troops walking around, the beasts of the field out there. Okay, it says, just to name a few, and it says, and I will bring the sword upon thee, again, which was a modern day gun, also represents destruction. I, the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it. So the Lord's word is not going to come unto him void. Okay, and the Lord spoke it by way of who? His prophets. Even though, the Lord came down here on earth in his physical form, but the Lord is speaking through us now. We're letting you guys know. The Lord spoke to us in the ancient time. Okay, and it was just as serious. I'm getting ready to close with this in the book of Isaiah. 65:13. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. See, we're going to be all right in that day. Servants is elect. Okay, overall the 1/3, but the elect is the ruling class. It says, behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. You see? Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. See, we're gonna be in good spirits in that day, because when Jacob's trouble break loose, all hell breaks loose. We know that the Lord's gonna be cracking the clouds very, very soon, and He gonna crack the clouds soon now. Look at everything that's going on around us. We're gonna have food, raiment, okay, something to drink. All right, shelter. Even though, you know, at times we might have to sleep, you know, wherever, but the Lord's gonna make it to where we're good in them times. So, Lord's will, this was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.